Hello viewers, welcome to our lecture series on marketing management, wherein we have been talking about the retailing in a very specific way. We have been talking about the different strategies being resorted by marketers as on date. And in that series, we have been talking about the private label or store brands versus generics. So I was telling you about the difference between the two, that what is the difference between a private label brand and a generic brand. So in that very discussion, we had a very open discussion about this, that generics are basically the unbranded one. There is no brand name which is being mentioned there, and they are being offered at a very competitive price, at a very lower price, and it is made possible by lower cost labeling and packaging and minimal advertising, and sometimes the ingredients are also of not that quality which the branded ones are providing. So generics can be found in a wide range of different products. Even in case of medicines you would find. So pharma giant, if we take name of Novartis, which is established company, it is one of the world's top 5 makers of branded drugs. So this company has established itself as a brand in the field of pharma industry, and with such successes as Diovan for high blood pressure and Gleevec for cancer, they have developed these medicines. But it has also become the world's second largest maker of generic drugs after acquiring Sandoz, Hexel, Eon Labs and others. They have actually entered into this segment as well. So why are they entering into this very segment of generic medicines when they do have their own established brand? Because they understand that this is for the benefit of the general public, and if we pass on these benefits to them, that can also provide them the huge amount of profit as alongside what they have been making in terms of offering the branded products. So what are the key success factors behind this private label brands? It is actually the battle between the manufacturers and the private labels, and these retailers have increasing market power. We all understand, because they are in direct touch, they are in contact with the marketers, and they understand that they are in contact with the customers and also the marketers. So they can tell them that yes, customers are demanding these products, and when they see that the same quality we can offer at comparatively at a lower price, so why don't we do so and make some profit, increased profit from this exercise? And that is why they are resorting to this, because they understand that the space which they are having in these malls, that is called as shelf space, that is very scarce. And many supermarkets, they are changing a slotting, they are charging a slotting fee. They keeps on changing these slotting fees which they are charging from the marketers or the brands for accepting a new brand to cover the cost of listing and stocking it. So once a new brand is coming, they do charge some amount on account of listing and stocking their brands, and for that they are having their own charges. So retailers do charge for special display space and in-store advertising space, and they are giving more prominent display to their own brands. And of course that is something which is but obvious, that they would be prominently showcasing their own private label brands, and they make sure that they are well stocked, and they ensure that their salespeople, they also motivate the customers to buy the same. So retailers nowadays, they are building better quality into their store brands and emphasizing attractive, innovative packaging. Supermarket retailers, they are adding premium store brand items to their kitty, and although we all understand that these retailers get credit for the success of private labels, the growing power of store brands has also benefited from the weakening of national brands. So they are trying to find the weaknesses of that, and that is the point which becomes the opportunity for them. So they are taking those challenges as an opportunity for them, and in that way they are planning. They are positioning their own private label brands. So my dear learners, this private label brands, or if you ask me about the future of these private label brands, I would say it is going to be very bright, because customers, at least for groceries and for fast moving consumer goods, they do rely on these private label brands, these privately owned brands, because they are finding the same quality at a lower price, and after some times, if they are satisfied with that, then they do repeat the purchase of same brand. So in this way, we had discussed about the role of private label brands, the success factors, and other strategies which are involved amid this national brands, global brands, private label brands, and then generic products. And this concept of generic is very much popular in case of the pharmaceutical industry. In case of medicines, you would find their name to be there, and these generics are being sold out in the market. Now it's time for us to understand the scenario of retail in India, to be very specific, wherein there has been lot of discussion on foreign direct investment, that too in retail sectors. So it's a long story wherein we have been talking about whether to permit FDI. Initially, this discussion started with the very concept whether we should permit FDI, that is foreign direct investment, into the retail sector or not, because Indian retail have actually been highly unorganized, wherein the role of small shops, that is nearby shops or the neighborhood shops, that has been very crucial, very significant, very important. So in a country where more than 90% of the retail is in unorganized sector, permitting FDI may have some impact on small shoppers or not, small shopkeepers or not. That have been a long that have been a question of point of long debate. And thanks to the strategy of the government of India, wherein the government has tried its level best to provide the best possible protection to our small shopkeepers, and their interest have never been hurt as far as the existing literature is concerned, as far as the existing scenario is concerned. So nothing is going to eliminate these traditional small shopkeepers who have actually been offering their services to the customers in the neighborhood market. But here the question is, what is the scenario of FDI in retail, foreign direct investment in retail? So there are different terms which are being used in this very segment, and that's why I thought it pertinent to have a brief discussion in this very segment of my discussion on retailing. As a part of marketing management, we'll be talking about retail, and within retail, I'm going to tell you about the FDI in retail. So if we look at the condition of FDI in retail, the foreign direct investment, it actually stands for what? Because at times you feel that, sir, what is this foreign direct investment? Are these foreign companies, they are going to enter into our country directly and make investment? Yes, answer is yes. So foreign direct investment, it actually stands as a key catalyst for India's economic growth. It constituting a substantial non-debt financial reservoir for nations' developmental endeavors. So I would say that it has actually been very positive thing in the segment of retailing, at least if I talk about, wherein this foreign direct investment, not only in retailing, even in manufacturing, the role is very crucial. So this foreign direct investment actually acts as a catalyst to the economic growth of India, because once there is investment of capital, of course that foreign technology also comes along with the capital to our own country. So we have been talking about FDI, that is foreign direct investment. We have been talking about FII, that is foreign institutional investors who are investing in the Indian businesses through their institutions. And there can also be a format of when we talk about the entry route to global trade, we have been talking about the turnkey agreements also, wherein for technology there is FTA also, foreign technology agreements, wherein that foreign technology is coming to our own country in the name of turnkey projects, wherein the companies, the foreign companies, they are coming to our own country and they are establishing that particular technology. They are telling us about that know-how, and then once that project is being, it actually kick starts, then they leave. So if we talk about the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, DMRC, it is the best example of the technology transfer, wherein we have got the best of technology, and now we are developing, we are manufacturing everything in house. So we are having our own engineers who are being trained into that, and then by the way of the technology agreement, the technology transfer in terms of turnkey agreements, we are enhancing, we are elevating our own technological acumen, or what you call as the technological upgradations. So that is something which is there. Now the question comes when we talk about FDI in retail. So international corporations, they strategically invest in India. Why are they willing to invest in a country like India? We all understand, we have been talking about demographic dividend as far as India is concerned. They are entering into our country called India because they are capitalizing on the country's unique investment incentives. They are and these incentives, they include tax incentives, they include the establishment of special economic zones, relatively competitive labor cost which is available. So they are finding it quite easy to expand their business in a country like India, wherein we not only have the customers, but we do have the different resources. We do have the competitive labor, the labors at competitive cost which is available, and we all understand that the cost of manpower is very high as far as the western countries are concerned. So these international corporations, or we do call them as MNCs, multinational corporations or transnational corporations, so they are having their own business in India. They strategically invest in India because of these incentives, these positivities, because they do understand that India has a unique investment climate in terms of different incentives by the government. And this not only facilitates, all this not only facilitates the acquisition of technological expertise, but also it is going to foster job creation, and of course the numerous ancillary advantages which are going to be clubbed to this very movement called FDI in detail. So if we look at the data which is being published with regard to FDI inflow, and this data is available on the website of Department for Promotion of Industry and International Trade, Internal Trade, that is called as DPIIT, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, we call it DPIIT. Earlier it was named as DIPP, that is Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. Now it is available on the website of Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. So if you look at this data, the influx of these investment into India is actually a direct result of the government's proactive schemes. Government has proactive policy framework, it has a dynamic business environment which the present government has tried to create, and they have been successful also into that. They have been improving global competitiveness of our country, and of course the burgeoning economic influence which is there with us. When we talk about this entire sector of retail, we cannot ignore the movement of Make in India. So the Indian government has implemented a range of policies and initiatives to enhance foreign direct investment in our country. And for that, the data which we have witnessed just before, it is indicating about the positive change in terms of inflow of foreign direct investment into our country, and that is not coming very easily. It is because of these initiatives to enhance FDI in our country. And if you ask me about the notable efforts, I would say it includes Make in India campaign, which is, now what is this Make in India campaign? It is actually focusing on simplifying procedures and promoting a favorable investment climate across sectors. So across sectors, it is promoting, it is promoting for this favorable investment climate, just to ensure that why don't you make in India. Earlier companies, they were manufacturing in their own country and they were doing the installation here in our country, so that local sourcing was not there, and because of that there was a loss of employment, because our workforce, our labor could have got some employment. If companies are coming to our country and then they are manufacturing it here, then of course it is going to create job opportunities for local people. So this Make in India campaign is not only going to promote the industries, not only going to promote favorable investment, but also generate the opportunities, increased employment opportunities rather, I would say, to the people, to our workforce, which is going to be an output of that, which is going to be, you can say it is going to be an outcome of what government is doing in the name of Make in India. So this is a kind of invitation to all the companies across the globe that why don't you come to India and make here. So, Make in India is a strategy which is being adopted and implemented by the government of India just to promote the investment climate, just to promote the investment in India. Liberalization of FDI policies, this policy have been initially it was very stringent, but with the passage of time government has thought of liberalizing these FDI policies. Why are we restricting the foreign investors to invest into our country? Why to? What kind of fear we have? There is no fear, of course. So, liberalization of these FDI policies, particularly if you talk about a retail, defense, insurance and single brand retail trading, it has been a key strategy by the government. So, there have been lot of hue and cry in the name of single brand retailing and multi brand retailing, that where to permit. So, initially the FDI was permitted in single brand retailing with some capping, and then to multi brand retailing also with some capping it is being provided. My objective is just to give you an idea about what is the plight of FDI in retail, why it is increasing by leaps and bounds, the kind of motivations government is able to offer, the kind of incentives the government has been able to successfully implement and improvise the ease of doing business index in last 8, 9 or 10 years, I would say. So, the GST implementation, it has actually improved the transparency, while if you talk about SEZs, that is special economic zones, they do provide dedicated spaces along with the tax incentives. There have been tax holidays to those companies who have initiated, who have started their production facilities in these SEZs, or what you call as EPZs, export processing zones. So, the GST and SEZs, they have also proved as a milestone for improving the investment climate. When we talk about India's service sector, the computer software and hardware and trading have been the major receivers of FDI. If you look at the statistics, the total amount of FDI inflows, received during April 2000 to June 2025, it was rupees 49,28,358 crores. And if we convert it in terms of US dollars, it has been 747.51 billion. So, my dear learners, we have to understand that this huge amount of FDI inflows which has been received in these 25 years, this amount is not coming, we have not reached to this level in a day or so. It has not been done overnight. So, now we are talking about having 747.51 US billion dollar in terms of FDI inflow. Imagine this FDI has come from more than 170 countries. So, more than 170 countries, they are investing into in India, or what you call as Bharat. So, they have invested across 33 states and UTs and 63 sectors in the country. So, you would find that almost in every sector, barring some sectors, almost in all sectors, I would say, you would find presence of FDI as on date. And for that, thanks to the government initiative, their own plans, wherein the government have been working day and night, relentlessly. They have been working to change the investment climate, making it better and best on daily basis. So, India's FDI inflows, they have increased 20 times from if you compare the data of 25 years starting from financial year 2001 to 2025. So, it has actually increased 20 times, and according to the Department of for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, India's cumulative FDI inflow, it stood at rupees 96,78,528 crores, and if we convert it in US dollar, it is going to be 1.09 trillion US dollar. And this is being possible, this is possible between the duration of April 2000 to June 2025. So, the question comes, why are we having this much of inflow of FDI in our country? It is mainly due to the government's efforts to improve the ease of doing business and easing of FDI norms. Why would a businessman come to your country if your norms are very stringent, if the investment climate is not positive, if the labor is not skilled, if the requisite opportunities are not available, if the norms are very stringent? So, keeping that in mind, government has been working relentlessly to change the orientation of the government system, to change the the orientation of resources, because resources are the same. It is only about channelizing them with the positive spirit, with the best of plans and the righteous implementation. So, the total FDI inflow into India from April to June 2025, if I look at the latest data of 2025 to 26 financial year, from April to June it was 2,22,120 crores, which comes to be $25.2 billion. And FDI equity inflow, if we look for it for the same period, it stood at 1,59,428 crores, which comes around 18.6 billion US dollar. So, from April 2000 to June 2005, if we look at India's service sector, it actually attracted the highest FDI equity inflow of 16%, amounting to rupees 7,93,783 crores, 83 crores, and if we convert it in terms of US dollar, it becomes 122.12 billion dollar. So, who are the key investors? So, if we look at the country wise, because we need to understand the composition and direction of these FDI inflows in India. So, India also had major FDI inflows during April 2000 to June 2025. And if you look at the data, after 2014-15, the rate of increment is on a very higher side. So, during April 2000 to June 2025, coming from Mauritius, that is at 11,10,692 crores, with a total share of 24%. So, Mauritius is the key investor in terms of FDI. We can say that the out of total FDI, 24% is being contributed by the Mauritius alone. Singapore is again at 24% with 12,57,392 crores, and the US at 10% with rupees 5,41,654 crores, and the Netherlands at 7%, and this is the way Japan is also contributing to the tune of 6%. So, this is the composition I would like to highlight here, that in this way India has actually come a long way in terms of attracting FDI and has become the most preferred destination for foreign direct investment across the globe. And for that we can always say thanks to the government initiatives, their own plans, and of course making India a better place to invest, making Bharat a better place to invest, promoting the ease of doing business is all that we can understand. Now, why destination India? Why it has become an attractive destination for FDI in recent years only? It is influenced by several factors which have boosted FDI. So, if you look at the Global Innovation Index, what is our ranking? In 2024, the Global Innovation Index, if we talk about that index and our position, we secured 39th position among total of 133 global economies. So, our position was 39th, and if we compare our previous record, so it marks a significant improvement from its 81st rank in 2015. So, in 2015 we were at the 81st rank, and now we are at 39. So, it is a remarkable improvement. It demonstrates India's commitment to fostering a robust innovation ecosystem. So, this is also reflecting in our ranks and profiles, and that is underpinned by strong policies, investment in research and development, and a collaborative environment for startups and industries. We have Startup India campaign, we have Stand Up India campaign, we have Make in India. So, policies that have that help boost India's FDI, that should be discussed here in brief. So, it has developed various schemes and policies, like I would take example of PLI. production linked incentives PLI scheme. It has attracted about 1,75,311 crores of investment across 14 strategic sectors by July 21st, 2025. And these sectors, they include electronics, pharmaceuticals, textiles, telecom and automobiles. And of course this very push of PLI has led to over 806 approved projects, and it has created more than 1.2 million direct and indirect jobs. And as a part of the present union budget of 2025-26, the government has raised the sectoral cap for insurance sector from 74% to 100%. So now the 100% of the FDI is available in this very sector. So additionally, an investment friendliness index for states is in plan. It will be introduced this very year, and the government is also set to launch Jan Vishwas 2.0 to enhance the business environment further. So these are the initiatives and incentives which have actually led to this very growth of FDI in retail segment. I'll also be presenting some more interesting statistics and a discussion on multi-brand and single brand retailing in the next lecture of mine. Thank you so much.